Well, I wasn't even live. All that time, I wasn't even live. 43 minutes, and I wasn't live. What the heck? So, let me see here. When are we going to start that shit again? I was talking that whole time by myself. What an epic fail, man. Sorry, guys, but here is the intro.
Don't
Okay, you got
worry,
the Skeletor?
He-Man. I've
This is
got
my man.
you.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the power.
Hello,
Hey,
who is this?
Skeletor, help! Hello, Skeletor, get back here!
Oh,
Hey,
He-Man,
Orko,
you're
no.
in trouble. I'll help
Go get Man
you.
at Arms. No, Orko, don't use the spell.
Razor
Orko.
wing above
Oh,
the spine.
Orko, no.
Oh,
Ah!
I'm sorry, He-Man.
Hey, everyone. There he is. Sorry, guys. You know something? Believe it or not, I was chatting the whole time by myself, and I wasn't even live. That is an epic loser move. But thanks, everybody, for sticking around. Let's see here. So we have Real Batman. Dandy, I'm trying to send you the link. I don't know why I can't send you the stinking link, man. So let me go to, how do you invite people here? Oh, here we go, invite. I'm going to copy the link, and let's see here. Let's post it. Can I post it here? In the private, let me post it here. How do I do that? Paste. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm putting that in. Is that, can people get in there? I don't know if you can get in there from here, but I am going to send that link to Twitter to Dandy. Let's see if I can find Dan in my Twitter. Let's see if I can copy that here. Paste. There we go. I think we'll be good now. Wow. What a crazy, you know, all you amazing YouTubers make it look so easy. Here I was literally talking for 45 minutes to myself. So, yeah, Real Batman, let me in. So I don't know if that link works, but yeah. Welcome.
Hey,
Dude, I was literally talking to myself for 45 minutes. And then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even press live.
that's awesome.
That's awesome. And I've done this before. It's not like I've never done this before.
Yeah,
So welcome everybody to the to Fitness Talk with Geek Strong and Dandy1981. We're a little late. Did you wake up late? No, you were good. So
no, but I am still needing my coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I went to bed after 2 a.m, and and I had a hard time sleeping. I think I drank too much coffee. But yeah, and I kept thinking about the stream and how it was gonna go and stuff like that in a good way, you know what I mean? And then so here I am. It's like 30 seconds before the stream. I hit the 30-second mark. I hit a little intro, and we're getting ready to go. And I'm chatting away, blah 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 blah. And I'm looking at the chat a little bit, but not really reading too much because I'm talking. Don't want to be too distracted. And then I look up and it says, "Go live." I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Push the shiny red button.
So we have Dave's Dimension has been here, whether he's left or not, but I apologize to everyone. Real Batman has been sticking around for quite a bit, and I appreciate you, my friend. He is such a good supporter of everything, man. Great guy.
He's an awesome YouTuber and Instagrammer and Twitter.
This guy's pretty cool too. Hey, good morning, Geek Strong. What's up, brother? Good morning, Real Batman. Look at everyone's so cool, and let's see how the comments start going as time goes on. Okay, so we have Just Bring It. We have Feel the Burn, Dandy. Then I think I was talking about like I wasn't sure if my mic was on, right? So, geez, I know I saw yeah. So Dave's Dimension was here, but I don't think so. Nobody could hear me talking, you know.
No.
So, but it was good. I got to tell you, it was really good. I was doing a good job.
But we did establish that Marshall Gaming is looking for a goal of not being so fat, and Real Batman is, I'm assuming, trying to get out of
Yeah.
his seafood diet.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's the thing is, so what I wanted to do was talk about and tell who I was, who I am, today. So, Dandy, I'm gonna make you not today, but I'm gonna make you my co-host. So I think you're gonna be able to control a little bit more than you can control now. I believe so. If this stream goes good, that's when I noticed it right there. When
Right.
when
When
it says
AJ,
it's not working, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold it, what's going on? Yeah, actually, it's not too bad. I think 15 minutes. I think I was shoot because it
is
started
that
at
fast?
9:30.
Is that fashionably late? I
It
could
is.
never tell the.
I'm late for everything, man. I'll be late for my funeral. But they're sleeping. Thank you. So Rolando, hey Rolando, what's up, brother?
Hey,
Yeah. So let's see. I did send the. I don't think I can actually send a link through the chat. I don't think so because probably because I'm not monetized, so I don't think I can do anything like that yet. Which I don't blame them. I wouldn't monetize me either.
I would.
So let me talk about myself and tell you who I am and things like that. So I am. My name's Dean. A lot of people call me Dino the Machino. I think Sleeping Collectibles actually gave me that name on one of the live streams with Salacious Rum, which is pretty funny. But I accept the name. I like the name Dino Machino. So I've been into fitness, bodybuilding, well, not bodybuilding, but fitness and strength all my life. I've been into toys all my life. Here's a picture of me when I'm like 6 years old. I will show you a picture of me.
6?
Yeah, I was about 6 years old, and I absolutely loved Popeye. So there's me and my sister. So I'm holding a can of spinach in my hand. I have Popeye slippers on, and yeah, I love watch the Popeye cartoon, and I would eat spinach raw, straight out of the can. We would go to the corner store, and I would buy spinach pies. I used to live in Massachusetts, Lawrence, Massachusetts, and we'd go to my dad. I used to go to the he was belonged to like the VFWs and the Elk Club and things like that. So he'd bring us there, and we'd go to the corner store. This was when young kids could walk the streets, and it wasn't. I guess everything always happened at any, but people were a little bit more free that they'd let their kids do whatever. But anyways, we'd go there, and I'd get spinach pies, get comic books, and we'd come back to the bar, and then we'd sit there and read our comic books and eat our spinach pies and things like that. So yeah, so I have always been into fitness and strength. That I actually still have my Popeye piggy bank. So this is from 1972, and yeah, so this is my Popeye piggy bank. Just not too long ago, my daughter gave me a record, which is really cool. This is I think this is vintage too. Look at that.
Whoa,
Record of
45.
Yeah, so this sleeve is really cool. It's cardboard, but yeah. So I've always been into fitness. When I was probably in 7th grade, I think for Christmas I asked my dad for like a set of weights in the the plastic weights that had the cement inside and things like that. And through time, the cement would probably disintegrate, and you just had a pile of plastic. But
the plastic would crack. Yep.
Yeah, and but when I got into high school, we had a weightlifting class, and I don't think they have weightlifting classes anymore, do they? we didn't have a football team or anything like that, but I did weightlifting class, and we had like a group of 3 people in each section, I guess you want to call it. And I never played sports really. I did a little bit of baseball. I really was horrible at baseball. I would decide whether I was going to swing or not before the pitch was thrown. And we didn't have a football team. We did volleyball. We played volleyball, but not as a team. I really liked volleyball, but I wasn't really good at sports. We just played it after school and things like that. I wasn't on a team. But when it came to weightlifting, I really took to it, and I got decent results. I started progressing a little bit more than the kids in the section I was in. So I'd move to the next section of kids that were a little bit bigger and stronger and stuff like that. So I really liked bodybuilding because that was just, well, lifting weights. I wouldn't call it bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is probably more like when you step on stage, I think, or when you prepare for that. We'll call it that. So we'll just call it weightlifting for now. And yeah, so I loved weightlifting. And then when I was about 29 years old to 30, you know, my eating wasn't the greatest, but I was still kind of lean. But I'd go over Dunkin' Donuts and I'd have like a chocolate frosted coffee roll, and I'd eat that. But and I didn't eat always healthy, and I didn't eat it. So you eat a coffee roll and you're good for like 5 hours because you're not hungry anymore.
Oh no,
So
now you got to go back for a second one. And then
you know,
a filled lung
so
gone.
the trainer told me, he said, you should do a show, a bodybuilding show. And I'm like, oh, you always have it in the back of your mind. You kind of like, you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff like that. I think Pumpin' Iron already came out by then, because that came out in the 70s, I think, the movie Pumpin' Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it may be 80s. But so I'm like, sure, I'll give it a shot. And he gave me the meal prep. He's like, okay, so what I'm going to do is give you this meal prep, and you're going to have to start doing cardio, but let's see how your eating goes. So I was eating. 3 days later, he's like, test my body fat, my weight. He's like, you can't do cardio. He was going to have me do like 45 minutes of cardio a day in the morning, and then work out at night. And I'm like, here I am, 29, 30 years old. I didn't have any kids. I wasn't married. I was dating my wife that I am now, but we were just dating at the time. And then so I was not, he's like, you don't have to do cardio. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Because now I'm eating right. So my body's using the correct food. So I don't have
difference.
yeah. So now my body's using it, and instead of, now it's building muscle instead of, building fat, because you're eating coffee rolls and stuff. Yeah, I'd love me some coffee rolls. Real Batman right here. So you can read the chat too, Dandy, right? You can see what's going on with the chat. Yeah. So we're not ignoring you, but I can't I have a hard time reading and talking at the same time. So I'm just giving you an intro on myself. And this stream is basically going to be, we're talking about myself. Danny's going to talk about himself. We're going to talk about our fitness goals and stuff like that. And then as the weeks go on, we're going to, this is basically just, I'm going to tell you my knowledge, and he'll tell you his knowledge. And we're going to you're going to watch our fitness, because I've gained some weight since October. Halloween came in, and sometimes when you have that one piece of candy or that one bowl of cereal, it opens the floodgates. So, and it was with the cereal, which what knocked me off track, is because
you were trying to get that
toy,
the toy, right?
Exactly. So I'm trying to get that toy, and here I am, have like 3 boxes of cereal. So now I'll have a bowl here and there, and you get home from work, and now you're having a bowl of cereal before you have your chicken and rice, or chicken and salad and stuff like that. So little things like that it really makes a difference in which direction your fitness goals are going to be. So if you can kind of like be a little bit stronger mentally and say no. But back onto the fitness thing. So then I do a show. I take 3 first place trophies. I win my novice class, which is, if you've never competed before, I entered that, and I won first place. I won best poser, and I won the novice class. So here's a couple of my trophies that I won, which is pretty cool. And this is another thing when you're a toy collector. It's like, what? I get a Viking trophy. So yeah, I'm going to enter that competition. So this is a one trophy, and I'm sure you've seen in other streams, and that's the Thor Hammer here.
The hammer, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's maybe.
This is a this is a medal I won for well, I was given because I was a guest poser. So they had a amateur bodybuilding. This is when I'm a pro by now. So I did a guest poser during intermission, and they gave me this, and it says guest poser.
It says they're always after your Lucky Charms.
Yeah, so this was during St. Patrick's Day. The event happens around that time, so they do it as that for the trophy. So then I win first place, so now I'm eligible to compete in the at the Nationals in Boston. So I compete there. I took 6th place out of everybody in the United States, which is really good for my class. You know, first time around. Took 6th place, and then I got married. I had a kid. Well, I didn't have a kid. My wife had a kid. So then you kind of slack off on the gym. You kind of slack off your mind's a little bit drifting. So I stopped really going to the gym daily. So then I put on the old dad bod. All right.
Oh, yes.
So I will show you a picture of the dad bod if I can pull it up. Let me see here. Not that one, that one, this one. Okay, this one's it. So is that pulled up?
You mentioned your before the kid, your diet. I was Rolando there's mentioned. I don't think anybody eats good in their 20s. I mean, we've all got that, invincible mindset.
So this is me with the dad bod, and there's my daughter and son now born. I don't know if you can you see that picture pretty good? So I got the gut going on. You can see the face is a little swollen, a little bit more so than the norm. And yeah, so like I would sit on the couch and my shirt would roll up a little bit. My wife's like, Dean, pull your shirt down, will you? So yeah, so I've been through it all. And this was after I had competed, you know what I mean? So
that's right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so this is roughly, I'd say, because I went back to competing in 2015. So I probably went back to the gym 3 years prior to that. So we'll say that's around. My son was born in 2005. You can see he's probably like 6, 7 years old there. So, 2011 maybe that was taken, that picture, so 11 years after, you get the dad bod and, life takes over, and it happens, man. It happens to the best of us. So then I decided, hey, kids are a little bit older. They're having their own life and stuff like that. I'm going to start going to the gym after work and stuff like that. So, or in the morning, I'm going to the gym in the morning. And then I compete again. And I win 4 first place trophies my first time around. And I compete a few more times because because I won first place in that division, I was able to go pro. But I'm like, I want to get more experience under my wing. So I did a couple more shows, and I was winning. And so I decided to go pro. I think I took 2nd place in my first competition. And then this was basically doing the same meal prep that I had done previously. So I eat basically the same as I did 15 years. I didn't have a trainer. I did it all by myself, and I was winning shows. And then I decided, well, let me take some of the stress off me, and I'll have somebody else help me with the fitness, with the nutrition. So I was, for a month, 0 carbs, and I'm like, I'll try it, man. I'll try anything. And I went to that show. I didn't even place when I competed. You get the top 5. Anything after that, you don't place. I think I took like freaking 8th place or something like that, which is like the worst I've ever done in my entire life as an amateur. And that was a pro class, which is some of the top guys. But I walked away, man. Like, what the heck happened? So I was like, I'm not going to listen to anybody anymore.
Well,
So I st-
what
what's
was the
that?
driving factor behind your placement? Was it? I mean, what are they looking for? You know what I'm saying?
I just flattened out, man. I just flattened out. It was just a mess. I just, my wife, when she saw me on stage, it was like, because I was throwing everything at the wall backstage, like eating, like basically what I'm saying is everything at the wall. So I'm having some steak, I'm having some sugar, I'm having some stuff. And when I went on stage, she said it looked like my chest had caved in. I was just flattened right out, and I was so bloated. I'm like farting backstage and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm not, I'm listening to myself from now on. So after that, I was like winning. I was taking first place trophies as a pro. And here I am. I think I was 49, 48 years old, and I'm taking first place trophies against. And then when you're a pro, you don't go in age always. So I'm in the open class, which I'm going up against guys that are 20, 30 years old. And here I am 50, 48 years old, 49 years old, 50 years old, winning and doing it all on my own. Nobody holding my hand. So I know how to do things is basically what I'm saying. And I might not be an expert at it, but I know it works. So there's a little bit of backstory if anybody's still here and was interested in that. So I'm not competing anymore. I have right now I have an injury in my knee. So I can't really go too heavy in legs, which I'm fine. I think COVID for me, I was getting ready for a show in 2000 and then COVID hit. So we started doing home workouts. Some of the shows were that were starting to reopen when things started reopening was so small. They were basically held at like just like I don't know, didn't even have a stage. So
Well, yeah, nobody wanted to go out, right?
yeah, they couldn't have like big arenas anymore. So most of the shows that I did were in like schools. They were like high schools, and they had like or like auditoriums. They had like a stage, and there was a lot of people there. But now they're having it like no stage and just like the limited people backstage to watch. So it wasn't fun anymore for me because I already done it all, and I've accomplished more than I wanted to that I ever thought I could. And so I was like, okay, I'm fine with. I just want to work out and just enjoy a little bit, and not be so strict on eating, but still strict on eating, if that makes any sense.
No, you've got to. You know, even if you're not competing, to get that effect and to stay feeling good, you
Yeah.
know, you can't eat like crap.
So because October hit, right, and I started eating that cereal to get that damn super that surprise, that toy. It's like a curse. But when I put on like 10 pounds and I'm only like I weighed myself before the stream and this with my clothes on, I was 188 pounds, which is pretty heavy for me. Not that bad, actually. I was surprised. I thought it'd be a little bit more. But when I'm like 170, I feel great. My back doesn't go out. Once I get to like 180, my lower back goes out. I mean, I
Oh yeah.
have to like lay on my back to put my socks on, and it's weird. Probably because my ass gets so big. Excuse my language. Is it too early to say that word? My bum gets too big when I put on weight, so it probably arches my back or whatever. But basically, what I'm saying is if you have health um, aches and pains or anything like that, it could be because you have just a little bit of extra weight. So if you lose some of that weight, you might feel so much better. So we're going to focus on eating on this stream. This is basically just an introduction to this and to get to know us. So that's my goal, is to keep myself accountable. This stream will be. So each week we'll check in, see how we're doing. I'll tell you my do's and don'ts that I'm proud of, and maybe I'll take some videos and show you some exercises and things like that. We'll work on meal prep. Dandy wants to lose a little bit of extra weight as well as I do, so we'll work together and we'll get a meal plan and we'll share it with everybody else. Anybody have any questions about fitness or anything like that? Leave it in the comments. Leave it in the chat here. Let us know. We'll try to read it as things are going on. But yeah, so Dandy, tell us a little bit about, well, a lot about you. We want to know what your fitness is and what when did you really start lifting and or trying to focus on being healthy?
So I have a couple different things that have happened. So gonna kind of open up here. I don't really talk about this a whole lot, but so first of all, I had a picture like your dad bod when I was 13. So I ballooned up. I'm a short guy. I'm only, like I said, I'm only just barely 5'7", and I was pushing like 100. Well, this was when I was 13, so I would have been like I don't know, 4 inches shorter, right? And I was pushing like 160. I mean, I just had a little chunk on me, and so I just started doing nothing. I didn't know anything. Had no idea what I was doing. So push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. That's about it. I couldn't even do a pull-up when I was 13. It took me like 6 months to do the hang, to get up to the
Yeah.
level of doing it. So I basically, that's all I was doing through like high school, was just simple stuff: push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, push-up, pull-ups, sit-ups, and then run, and then I would run a lot, and then so I got down pretty good. Fast forward, I got diagnosed when I was 25 with rheumatoid arthritis. So I'm like, I'm 25. I'm not supposed to have RA. What the hell? So I kind of hung it up for a while, like for, oh man, a good 5-6 years there. I just caved in, didn't want to do anything, didn't feel motivated. Stepped on the scale. Well, actually, I stepped on the scale at a doctor's appointment. I was like 210, and for my frame, that was just, it was everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? When you gain, it's in your face, it's in your body, and
Yeah.
I felt like crap all the time. I wasn't sleeping good. I didn't, I was drinking coffee just to get through the day, and energy drinks. I think at one point in time I was doing like, do you remember Jolt?
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
drinking, I would drink coffee in the morning and Jolt in the afternoon. And I'm talking about the big cans that are shaped like a battery, that were like this big.
How much sugar in those things?
Oh my God. I can't even,
Right.
I would literally probably throw that up if I tried to drink it right now. So, I got back into it and I did everything for, this is funny. So, the Beachbody guys?
Yeah.
All right. So the P90X was what I did.
Yeah.
So I just straight into it and I just beat the crap out of myself. And I was like, wow, this is fun. I felt really good after a few months, dropped 30 pounds, dropped another 20 after I changed my diet.
So what
And
age is
then
this roughly?
what's that?
What age are you now?
Oh, sorry. 30. So it's 10, 12 years ago. So I would have been 30, 32, maybe.
Okay.
So,
How old are you now?
44.
44. Okay. Just to let people know that where we're
Yeah.
at and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
No, you can. I mean, it's never. I mean, I feel better now than I did when I was 30. Like, I am more fit. I am healthier by far. And so, yeah. Anyway, got out of the Beachbody, experimented with a couple other things. I digested Men's Health and I don't know how many books and articles, and I was like, the more I got, the more I, was interested in stuff and just started spicing it up. My big thing was I wanted to be able to move still and stay moving. And so to do that, I wanted to work on my athleticism. Even though I can't stand sports, I'm with you. I mean, I like, don't get me wrong, I love doing them. I suck at it, is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of how bad I was. Well, I'm short, so I can't play basketball. Well, I can't do 3 points, so I can't play basketball. And I can't jump.
You're the same height as me, 5'7", 5'7.5", right?
Yeah, I'm on the shorter side of 5'7", but
Okay.
so I'm older than Dandy with. Oh,
Yeah.
Real Batman's older than me.
How old are you, real Batman? Go on, Dandy.
Okay. So yeah, where was I? Fitness, athleticism. When I got into, really moving around and doing some of that crazy stuff, that's what I like to do, and that's what my focus is. So I do like I feel better when I do cardio. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do the weights, I do the cardio, but I love those crazy, burpee, sessions. And,
So I wonder, are you more of a CrossFit person?
yeah, I don't know if I fall in the definition of it, but yeah, I guess it could be. High hit training, I do that a lot. I do a lot of that, just because, like I said, I feel great afterwards. So if I break it up with, resistance day cardio, I got to get a few of them in a week of each.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Ooh, hold it, Rolando. You don't win,
Oh,
man.
he
I'm
wins.
52.
He's
I'm
got the
52.
trophy.
I'm 52, baby. Yeah, I was born in 1969. You know, that was when 60s, 70s, those were the good times, and went through the 80s at a good age. I had great toys to collect back in the 80s too. So Dandy, you too, man. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So you're not you're looking to stay and keep in shape as well as I am right now. I'm not looking to step on stage.
Yeah.
Not saying I won't do it if the streams cross just right, I might step on stage again. But the last time I was on stage was, let me see if I can pull this up real quick too. Let me share this. So I don't know if anybody knows who Mike O'Hearn is. You don't know who Mike O'Hearn is. He was one of, remember American Gladiators?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Speaking
So
of the 90s,
he was, here we go, perfect. So he was an American Gladiator, and this is me on stage with him at one of my bodybuilding shows. So he is in the middle, and I am in the far left with the hat on. I went as Freddy Krueger. If you can, because I'm such a geek, if you can see in my right hand closest to the side, I'm wearing Freddy's glove.
You got the glove, yeah.
I got the glove on. But yeah, that's me there, and these are some other bodybuilders. Now, the lighting, the coloring, you don't put oil on your body. It's not a strip show. Although this actually kind of felt like a strip show, this whole thing. But actually, you can see my hammer behind me on the floor. This was the show I won. Yeah, I had won this show. This was actually, I was defending my pro title here because the year before, which was I think in 2018, I think it was. I won I won it. Yeah, so 2018, I won that pro show. 2019, which is, I believe, here, and I was defending my pro title and against some amazing athletes, and I won that show. And I was planning to do another pro show in 2020, and then COVID hit. So
so that wasn't really that long ago.
No. So I, believe it or not, I was 158 pounds here.
Really?
Yeah, 158 pounds there. Now you look at that, you're like, man, this guy's gonna be like 200 pounds. No,
that's what. Yeah.
So I was below 5% body fat. I don't know the exact body fat count because I was holding the body fat tester wouldn't read anything but after 5, so it stopped. It'd come up as error.
Does not compute.
Does not compute. So yeah, so I mean, so having a stage like that to going back to a stage of it's like nothing. It's kind of like, it's like finding a holy grail, and then nothing really competes after that, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. That's awesome. On the stage with like American Gladiator.
Yeah. So I'd rather end my career on a high note like that than to go to a Dunkin' Donuts posing in front of a couple of people in Dunkin' Donuts. But yeah, so we're going to talk about a little bit. We got a little bit of time left. So we're going to try to keep these streams around an hour at the most. If anybody has any questions about fitness during this whole process, let us know, and we'll answer it now, or we'll answer it the next stream. So Dandy, what are you doing now that you're proud of, and a couple of things that you're not proud of for fitness wise?
I think and spoiler alert, Dean and I did talk the other night about a little bit to get a heads up. So the discipline with the food, like you talked about, I'm not chugging boxes of cereal, but I could be better. I need to work on my calorie intake. And that was one of the things that I was glad that you mentioned, because so based on some of the things that I read and kind of getting into a little bit of a mass building, doing the protein shakes, getting some extra meat in there,
Yeah.
rice, whatever. I got myself to build up a little bit more strength, which was what I wanted to do. Because I kind of, everybody plateaus, right? I mean, you get that point where you're like, okay, this is it was work before, but now this is ridiculous. Now I've got to do something crazy or spice it up. And I hit that point, and I wanted to get more weight underneath me. I wanted to be able to do more, push more, pull more, whatever. So I built up, and then I gained a few extra pounds than I really wanted to. So you said you were 158 on that show? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 158 at that show.
Yeah, so I'm actually at 170 right now. I'm hovering right at 170, and ideally I should be about 160 probably. I mean, for my height to be as toned as I want to be, I want to get that 10 pounds, and it's harder than you think, because you're trying to find that balance of maintaining everything that you just worked for, but getting leaned up. So yeah, dropping the calories, because right now, like I said, I'm doing 3 cardio sessions a week at least, plus resistance training, and I still can't break that 170 barrier. That's really discouraging for me, because I've never had that issue before in the last 12 years that I've been doing it. Always just kind of stepped up and then leveled off, stepped up.
I'm excited for this too, because I'm going to step in for a second. So I'm excited for this because this stream is going to be, you're going to see our transformation these next few months. So I would say about 3 months, you're going to notice a big transformation if we mentally can stick with it. And that's the key. It's all mental. Yep. But Dandy is we're not going to take our shirts off or anything like that. It looks like
shit, we just lost three watchers, man.
Yeah. So don't worry, we're not going to take our shirts off and show our belly fats. We're not going to pose down and stuff like that, but we will. You can see it. You'll be able to see it in our face. Things like that. If the weight loss and little things like that is, you can see it's like two different people. But my goal also is to drop. But keep going, Dandy. So
we got to get at least a tank top shot. We got to get at least that.
We will get it. Yeah, we'll take out Porno Rocky.
There you go. Give him the Geek Strong, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the bad thing. I think the good thing that I'm doing is I am working towards increasing. I told you I like those crazy ones. So have you ever done Les Mills?
No.
No, it sounds. I'd heard of it. I mean, they've been around for a few years now, but I tell you what, that kicked my. I mean, I ran through that P90X, and I can do that like. Hey, Ken. I can do the P90X now. Without. I don't want to say breaking sweat, because I'm definitely sweating, but I mean, I can do it. I can run through and match those guys. And yeah, I tried that Les Mills, some of the athletic hit training that they have. Human Christmas. Like 15 minutes into a session, I'm dumb on the floor. So that's the one that I mean, I know it sounds like I shouldn't be proud of, but I am, because that's not something easy to do. I mean, these guys are doing nonstop. There's no break in there. There's like a 5-second. When you're doing the hit, you go intense.
Yeah.
Up and off, right?
Yeah.
Their break is like 5 seconds, and then they're yeah, literally maybe 10, and you're still moving. I mean, you're not stopped. You're still moving. Then it's like burpees, shuffle touch, run sprints, and
yeah, wow. Yeah, see, when I work out, I don't like to sweat. I do supersets, but I'm more of a I'm not we'll call what you're doing the hit parts, we'll call that more like a circuit training overall type of thing. So it's
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Like but for me, it's more lifting weights, and I'm not a power lifter, so I'm not lifting heavy like one rep, take a 15-minute break, one rep, 2 reps, taking like 5-minute breaks in between. I'm taking like maybe a minute and a half break in between sets, and I'm doing my 8 to 12 reps, sometimes 15 reps, depending on the muscle. Because the muscle, like for me, I think a lot of times, like when it comes to biceps, the higher the reps, and you get that different type of burn.
Oh yeah.
And it benefits that muscle more. That I've noticed. So you got to try different things. So I'm more of that type of lifter, and Dandy might be more of talking about some of a different type of lifting, which is fantastic because you do what you like to do. People say, "What's the best way? What's the best exercise for this? Or what should I be doing?" It's you. In order to stick with something, the best thing to do is something that you enjoy doing. If you enjoy running, look at I believe it's uh, what's it? Grading. What's that YouTuber? The grader. Sorry, I apologize if I can't remember his name offhand. Action figure grader. He was talking about he was doing, I don't know his name, but action figure grader. He's a great guy. I've messaged him, but I don't know his real name. But he talks sometimes before he does a YouTube that he just got done running X amount like miles and stuff like that. So he's a runner, I believe, and that's something he loves to do. So do things that you love to do. If you like to work out at home, and you don't want to go to the gym, I can show you things here that you can do at home. Danny will show you things to do at home, talk about things that you can do at home. I'll help you with through a little bit of nutrition and things like that. Meal prepping is key. Water is key. Water is key for me. I typically drink 1.5 gallons when I'm to 2 gallons. I bring 2 gallons of jug of water with me every day. And sometimes lately I've only been going through 1 gallon, but I try to be at least 1.5 gallons. But water is key for weight loss. How much water do you drink, Dan?
I get my 40 ounces, and that's about it. Like I said, I can't do any more than 40. If I do
Say
any
that,
more,
man.
what's that? Well,
People
I
say
mean,
they
I
can't.
can't. Let me rephrase. I can do more than 40. I just don't like the run to the bathroom every 20 minutes. That's all.
Yeah, the leaner I get, more frequent I go to the bathroom, which is nice. Well, for me at work, the bathroom's right next to where I'm working, so I can just go to the bathroom real quick, which is fine. It stinks driving home. Sometimes I have to stop at but as a toy collector, it's great because I can hit Walmarts and Targets, use their bathroom, and check out their toys. So Rolando, you drink a lot of water. Awesome. So Rolando likes to jog, but I prefer to cycle. Wow, yeah, that's great. Yeah, cycling's great.
Yeah, no, God, I miss that, man.
Yeah. See, do things you like to do. This isn't and this stream isn't to put anybody down and saying this is the way to do things. You do things you like, and we all have our falls. And again, you've seen the picture of me. Let me show you another picture. So just so people don't, I just want to show people that I'm not perfect, and I know people don't think I'm perfect. I'm not saying people think I'm perfect, but this is within. This is honestly this photo I'm about to share. This is literally like months of eating right.
So you're still doing the same workout. You just changed
Same
it up.
workout, everything. This is all nutrition. This is all nutrition. I'm still hitting the gym. This picture on the left, I believe, is I think like a month or two before my first show back in 2015, my return. So I had dieted for 3 months. I won the show, and then I got ravenous. I was eating, you kind of like you shut yourself off for so much, and you're like, I'm shredded, man. Look at me. I'm gonna have these Snicker bars. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna eat this and eat that and eat this. And next thing you know, a month has gone by, and you look in the mirror, and all those, even though you're still meal prepping somewhat, but now you're having peanut butter on and jelly, and sure, you might have it on a rice cake, but you're having 12 rice cakes with peanut butter and jelly on it and stuff like that. So you
On my
know,
Achilles heel.
it's just, yeah, it's just shut off the floodgates, focus, be a little bit strong mentally, and allow yourself to enjoy. Like, okay, so once you get, I suggest maybe like, once a week is you have a cheat day. You can go crazy and stuff like that. Going to step on stage, but try to be focused more so during the week. Meal prep is key. Even when you do have cheat days, still meal prep. Have your X amount, and we'll talk about that in a later stream about there's an app where you can put all your foods in and say so Dandy texts me, can I reveal this about what you text me? Dan's eyes are like, what?
Well,
you told
that depends. We're not going to show him the picture, are we?
no. Yeah, so Dandy, like a few other people have messaged me through the past months and stuff like that about tips on nutrition or tips on exercises and what things that they can do. Some people, you might be stuck in, and I'm great. It's great that I have so many cool friends in the community that can reach out to me and ask me these things. And that's why this live stream actually started up, because this is something I really wanted to do originally when I first started YouTube, is bring fitness into toy collecting. And Dandy messaged me and he's like, Dean, I feel like I'm stuck a little bit. What are you doing each day for your routines? How many hours are you spending in the gym? How much? Asking me these questions. So I'm here. So I'm like, well, let's start a live stream, you and I, and we can answer these questions that people might have. We're here for support. There's no better, like when you're toy collecting, it's fun to toy collect, but when you're collecting in this community, it's so much more fun, isn't it? To show off your toys and talk your toys and stuff like that. It's doing this on your own. It's collecting and stuff like that. It's fun, but again, to do it with others, it's great. Same thing with fitness. When you're doing it alone, sometimes it's not as fun. But if we can make it fun and have these streams and stuff like that, and show our results and talk toys, talk fitness, and things like that, I think it'll keep us on track. So Dandy texts me, and I'm like, and first thing I ask him, okay, you're stuck, you're exercising. How many calories are you taking in a day? So he told me how many calories he's taking in, and I felt it was a little high for his height. He told me his height 5'7". I felt they were a little too high. It's a good weight if you really want to bulk, but he wants to lose weight. He wants to show his abs. You want to have some of those veins popping out a little bit, just to be a little bit more and feel better. Because when I'm leaner, I feel good. I might have muscles, but when you have that extra, you have that booty, man, that your back starts to go out. At least for me, it goes out.
Handles.
So we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on. We're gonna draw. I'm gonna give him a meal plan. Work on a meal plan. Probably give him the same thing that I'm doing, really, because we're about the same height. And what we're gonna do is I'll give a base. So this is a base of what we're gonna do. X amount of protein. So we're gonna do, say, like roughly 200 grams of protein a day. We're gonna do 220 carbs a day. We're going to do 60 grams of fat. Those are the three things that we're going to focus on, is your macros. And say when you add all that together, the calorie for that day will be about 2,200 calories for that day. And we'll try that for a few weeks and see how his body responds to it. If it looks like he's slowly losing weight, is what we want. We don't want to lose. We're not trying to lose, 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Slow and steady wins the race. I know it's kind of a cliche thing, but We're gonna try it slow, and if he needs to up his calorie intake, we'll up it slightly. If we need to lower it, we'll lower it slightly and stuff like that. But it's when it comes to fitness and working out, I feel it's a numbers game. Same thing when you're lifting weights, you're always counting 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps. It's how you show how you progress. How much weight can you lift? Okay, I'm going to add another 5 pounds. So everything's a numbers game. And same thing with nutrition. Part of it is it's a numbers game. So we're going to play with the numbers and stuff like that. And you can listen to our journey. We'll give you tips on it, and you tell us where you are, and we'll also have to help you through that also. Let me read what Rolando is saying here. I wasn't exercising, so I was, I'm 5'9", plus COVID broken back, compression, fracture. I'm 300. Yeah, that's tough.
And that is a huge roadblock for prohibiting movement of that core area is so crucial for just about anything. But there are ways to work around it. You know what I mean? There's lighter weights, higher reps. Like he even said it in there. It's not the hour that you spend in the gym. It's how you spend it. So there's
right.
definitely.
Yeah, you can work out. I see people all the time, and I'm not criticizing anybody by any means, but you see people in the gym all the time, and they don't get any results. They're busting their tail. They're running up in the treadmill. They're working out. They're sweating their tail off, and then you see them 6 months later, and they look the exact same. Why is that? It's not because they're not doing enough in the gym. It's because what they're doing outside the gym might not be enough. So if you can't exercise as much, you've really got to focus on what you're consuming, and try to do some type of if you can't move, like if you're seated, you can do some upper body exercises. You can do 2 bands, which I brought over here.
Yes.
So 2 bands is I love 2 bands. So I have a duffel bag. Yeah. So I actually I haven't done them in a bit because I'm, again, October hit and you kind of the holidays really mess with your mind. You focus on, you're thinking about Christmas presents, if you celebrate Christmas or whatever you're doing. But sometimes the holidays, you kind of slack on a little bit, motivation and stuff like that. But typically I like to do, say I'm doing flat dumbbells and stuff like that. In between sets, I like the superset, and I bring my 2 bands with me. So I'll wrap these around machines, and I'll do basically the same muscle, but I'll do with 2 bands and higher reps and stuff like that. So this is a door anchor. If you're doing it at home,
get those burners in.
This is for the door. So this goes under or above the door, and then you just have your 2 bands, and these all come in weight resistance. So this is 30 pounds worth of resistance.
This one, this one goes around. It's actually same thing that you're probably doing. I'm just wrapping it around the ball.
It looks like Dandy's a pre set, right? Can you take those out of those handles? Or they attach? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is like, what is it? 80 pounds, I think. Yeah. It's marked as 80.
I have 30 pounds. And I have my 80 pounds. I'm over here curling. So, but these work great, man. And if you look at some of my older videos, I'm kind of like doing a lot of like toy videos because my mind is I've done a lot of exercises. Yeah, those are awesome. I like these because these feel a little bit more, this isn't going anywhere. There's nothing worse than having something slip off and smack you in the face. But I really like these. I got these at Dick's Sporting Goods. And they have ankle attachments too, so you can wrap it around your ankles and do leg work. But I have some older videos. If you look at my playlist, I have fitness and toys. So I show exercises that I do at the gym and exercises I do at home. The same muscle, but done both at the gym and at home. So if Rolando, check out some of those videos if you can. If you can't find them, like I said, they should be in a playlist. But I do show exercises done with the two bands at home and things like that. So focus on your nutrition. And again, next week we'll try to focus a little bit more. We'll talk about some of the foods to stay away from if you're trying to lose weight. Again, we're not perfect. It's not like I'm never going to eat pizza again. Last night we had Christmas at the house with my wife's family. And we had pizza. I don't know how many slices. I probably had 5, 6 slices of pizza. So I don't shut myself off completely. If I'm getting ready for a show, that's one thing. I mean, nothing's gonna. I mean, I'll sometimes I remember I would make my son pasta, and to test the pasta, you put it in your mouth and stuff like that. And I wouldn't even eat it. I wouldn't even swallow it. I would taste it and then spit it out and throw it away because I'm so focused and nothing's gonna. But you know, I'm not getting ready to step on stage now. So we're not saying you can't ever have ice cream again. We're not saying you can't ever have pizza again, but you just have to really be strong and stay away as much as you can. Maybe allow yourself a cheat month, like one day a month, really go crazy, or one day a week, go not super crazy, but you know, have something that you really like. My fear is like when it's like I said when I started the stream, but I didn't press live. I told people that I'm talking to myself. So, yeah. But I used to smoke cigarettes, and this is what you did back in the 80s. Smoking was cool back then. It's not cool anymore. But I quit smoking at like 29, 30 years old. But it was, and I went on the patch for a week, and I quit smoking, and it's willpower. People just can't quit smoking. Is you just have to be a little bit stronger, and just once you break that time lapse, I guess if I don't know the correct way to say it, is you have to be strong enough to have the willpower to say no for that period of time. Once that period of time passes, it's easy. So if you can, same thing with nutrition. Sure, if you're having donuts every day or bagels every morning with cream cheese, and then all of a sudden, boom, you shut it off. It's hard. It really is hard. But if you can break and be a little bit stronger, and once that time passes, like a few weeks pass, you're good, man. You don't crave it as much, but you just can't. Once you have it again, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like like if I went out back and smoked a cigarette, I'd probably be smoking again. You know, so you just got to be strong, and we'll work on some nutrition and stuff like that. If that makes any sense. Am I rambling too much?
No, not at all. And there's always support too. You know, like you said, you did the patch, right? So I'm thinking, you know, if you do want that, you want that donut, then you don't necessarily, or what do you call the coffee roll, right? The coffee roll is what you're talking about.
Chocolate frosted coffee rolls.
Yeah. So get a bite of it, right? And get a bite of it, and I mean, for me, that was one of the because I said earlier in the chat before you hopped on, that is one of my biggest weaknesses is absolutely positively I have the worst monstrous sweet tooth. I'm surprised I have any of my teeth left at all. I love sugar, and it's not a fight anymore, but it used to be for a while. Thanks, Levin. That was painful. You know, like they would bring donuts into work, and I'm just
Yeah, right.
So I'd take a knife, right? I'd take a little slice of it, take a bite. There's my fix, and it started with I take a bite now, but I used to, it was like half a donut, right, and then half a donut and a slice, and now I'm at a slice, and now I can walk by the donuts and be like, you know what, it's not even worth it. That slice isn't even. It's not even
That's
worth
awesome.
it. But,
yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be cold turkey. And hell, you know what? You see that temptation. Grab something else. Grab a Quest bar, or rice cake, I don't know, something.
I do rice cakes. I really do rice cakes, and I like for dessert. Like in one of my earlier videos, it's funny watching some of my earlier videos. I show like a dessert I make, and it's a rice cake with sliced bananas on it, and I do sugar-free Cool Whip on top of it. So there's your dessert. and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get that fix. You get that same fix, but it's not as many calories as you would be as if you had a different dessert. You know.
yeah, yeah. Is
So
that the
it's
same one you
really
had the
interesting.
shaved ice and the
Yeah,
BCAAs?
yeah.
I remember
So
that one.
that's a fantastic idea, and we'll
Yep.
talk about that one a little bit, and that's in a previous video. But yeah, desserts to trick the mind,
Yep.
and
Protein pancakes.
protein pancakes. Just the texture of a pancake
Yep.
can sometimes. I mean, obviously, you can't really put syrup on it, but would you
Sugar
put
free.
syrup on eggs and oatmeal? Probably oatmeal. I guess you could put syrup on, but I don't think you're gonna put eggs on. I mean, syrup on eggs, would you? Who knows?
Somebody out there is. I guarantee you. Somebody.
Yeah. So yeah, I do the protein pancakes, and that the texture tricks the mind, thinking that you're having a pancake. But when I was competing for 3 months, one of the main things I craved was pancakes, and I don't know why. It's not like I ate pancakes every day, but I was like, as soon as the show was over, man, I was making stacks and stacks of pancakes, blueberry pancakes, all these different. I was making bread. I had a bread making machine. I was making bread and all this stuff that I shut myself off of, and I was crazy. Yeah,
Because they're pancakes. Who doesn't love them?
dang.
Syrup on bake. Oh man, now you're he's trying.
Left coach, you're 6'3", huh? Dang. So 240 for 6'3". I wonder. So sleeping's tall too. So
6'2", right? Yeah, 240. I mean, 6'3" is a big. That's a big frame. So
it
you know,
is a big frame. It is a big frame. So I would think maybe dropping a bit. I mean, it all depends on what you're if you want to lose
right?
some weight. I don't know if 240. I'd have to. I don't know if 240 is a lot for 6'3". Maybe 200, 220, 210 would be ideal weight. What do you think? I don't know. I don't. It all depends on muscle.
I mean,
Muscle.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You know, if it's, I've seen guys that are like 6'2" and less than 190, and they look like they're anorexic. You know, on the
Yeah,
other,
it's so weird because, like I said,
yeah,
when I was when I was on stage at 157 pounds, I looked like a rock. You know what I mean? And that was 157 pounds, and I was pretty jacked. So it's really a hard thing to guesstimate what's an ideal weight. But we're trying to this stream will help. We'll give you some ideas for exercises.
yeah.
We'll
It's
give you
about
some
feeling better,
ideas for
right?
nutrition, and it's basically just we're talking. I'll tell you, like I said, the past 3 months, man, I put on like 15 pounds of body fat. I've been a little bit unmotivated in the gym. I've been getting up and going through the motions, but the holidays come up. You focus on a lot of things. YouTube takes up a lot of mental. I'm sure Sleeper can agree with this one. This guy's all over the place when it comes
Yeah,
to
he is.
YouTube, man. He's you. I was actually thinking the other day. I'm like, when would sleeping fit in exercise? You know what I mean? In the morning before work, the poor guy, he's doing toy hunts.
Yeah, I can't
After
even
work,
figure out when he sleeps, more or less.
yeah, right. It's going to be non-sleeping collectibles, you know. But yeah, I mean, what I do is one of the tips that I do, and we won't stay too much longer to keep anybody that's interested in stuff like that. We still have a few people in the chat, but
He's almost gone.
so one of the things that I did is, yeah, this is live, Blue. So people starting to pop in. But one thing that I did was, when you get kids and stuff like that, you try to go after work to the gym. It doesn't really happen. So what I did was I actually created a few more hours in the day for myself. So I wake up 2 hours earlier than I normally would have. So I'm going to the gym before work versus after work. It's hard. Mornings are tough, but once you get a rhythm going, it's just what it is, man. It's like
Yeah.
breathing. It's just something you do. It's not something. It's just part of your day. So, if you can create an extra half hour in the morning if you're not exercising. If you can create that extra half hour before you go start your day for work to make that your exercise time. And then if you want to progress it to 40 minutes, things like that, then you can do that. But start a routine, even if it's just getting up to stretch. If you're not exercising already, say we'll say you're starting from zero of exercise. Okay, is that fair, Dan?
I mean, you know what? 15 minutes. Seriously, 15. I mean, because you need. And I love the Fitbit app because it's so. I don't know if you guys, if anybody's out there on there. By the way, if you're on there, DM me. I'll add you. It's so realistic, you know, because they're not. It's not like, you know, over the top fitness. It's just kind of, you know, they're like, hey, if you get at least, what is it, like 25 minutes of heart rate elevation a week, you know, you're 50% in better shape than you were before. So it doesn't even have to be, you know, like you said, you know, start off with 20 minutes, start off with 15 minutes, get up, do some jumping jacks. I mean, you start doing that, you get into that routine. Okay, I'm doing 20 jumping jacks in the morning, maybe 20 before bed or in the afternoon or something. And then it adds up.
When COVID hit for me, so I'm going to the gym in the morning, and I'm doing an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes in the gym in the morning because this is what I love. I love working out. It's my time. But COVID hits. Boom. No more gym. What do I do? Do I like and I'm not putting anybody down if you have done this, but for me it was like I still have the routine. I'm still gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go down in this toy room, which was really tough because I want to play with my toys versus work out. You know,
think I feel?
so yeah, right, exactly. But I was devoting an hour, at least an hour of workout time and keeping. I mean, I didn't have to start to work until like an hour and a half later than I normally would have before COVID. So I think 9:30 we had to be there at work because I never stopped working. I never, for COVID, for me it was still, I'd get up for work, and it's. But even if you're working from home, that's not an excuse to give up. And so you work out at home. I set up 2x4s against trees outside when the weather was becoming nice, and I have 3 2x4s, one high, one middle, and one low, and I put drove eye hooks through them. So now I was able to put my tube bands through those and use those as different scenery. So I wish I videotaped all that because it would have been great for ideas. But I was changing the scenery because working out in my toy room was getting a little distracting.
Yeah.
But yeah, just no excuses, people. Let's get this done. Let's start the new year 2020 just a little bit healthier. We're gonna help you work through. Look at that. That thing's awesome.
You ever seen these?
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned about the 2x4 because that got me thinking about these. Like, I'll do anything that's, you know, it looks like I can use it for something, to change something up, to switch something around. So I really like those rings, and I can't remember where I saw. There was a whole well, it's kind of like the bands, right? I mean, there's a whole like set of exercises to do with the.
That's all. What you're doing there is basically body weight, though, right? Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So you're using that as, so you're doing, say, back. You're holding them up here, and you're pulling your body up as you're laying on the floor and stuff like that, as an example. And so you're using your body weight as the weight, which is another great option.
Yeah, sit my feet on the bench, and then just grab those, and it's like a rope, right?
Yeah, they have those at the gym. They have hanging ones so you can do, and they have them set up lower so that you can do like on an angle and pull yourself up for your back, or face the other way and do it as a push for your chest.
Oh yeah,
those are great options too.
You can do body weight, tricep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you don't need weights. You don't need a home gym. If you have 2 bands and an imagination, or just a chair and things like that, or just the floor. Just getting up and focus on eating a little bit better. So if you're not really active in you're eating sweets and stuff like that, you're probably going to gain weight. So if you're not as active, you want to try to back off on some of the sweets and stuff like that. All right, so let's see. Can I pull this up for what Left Coast wrote? I'm a big boy, but totally out of shape over the past 2 years. I would love to play football again in the spring and not have a freaking heart attack at 50. Tell me about it, man. Yeah. So let's try to start this new year a little bit in mental fitness. And that's what I wanted to do was great. I'm like, when's the best time to do a live stream like this to talk about it? I was like, do I do it after work on a Monday and stuff like that at 7 o'clock, 7:30 at night? How about 9? Well, first I said 8:30, and Dan's like, dude, can we make it at 9 o'clock? I want to sleep in a little bit. So I'm like, let's make it 9:30. We'll get a few more people in here, and even the rewatch might help too. But what we'll do is 9:30 Sunday. You have this on your mind, so maybe you can prepare for the week now. Maybe prepare some of your meals when we talk about a little bit more in other streams about nutrition and stuff like that, and maybe meal prepping. I do have some videos, like I said, on my thing, but in Sunday we can start the week fresh. Maybe do a little bit of exercise. Maybe wake up a little bit earlier, 15-20 minutes earlier in the morning, do a couple push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. Not on a Sunday, of course not, but like Monday morning, wake up a little bit earlier if you're not exercising, and do.
I'll be doing my cardio after this. I'll be cranking out my crazy jumping around in my basement.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I was doing 7 days a week and working out. So I'd work out in Massachusetts during the week, and I live in New Hampshire. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I'd get up early and I'd go to Planet Fitness, sometimes with my son, sometimes alone. And I'd work out, and it was cool because you could spend 2 hours in the morning. I'd get up super early. I'd get there at like 6:30, 7, and I'd work out till like 10 o'clock, or 9:30, and just chill and have it. Then you have the rest of the day and you feel great. So yeah, if you can't do things during the week, try to get in some stuff on the weekend.
Yeah, or whatever your days off are.
Yeah, but I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody for stopping in.
Yeah, we got quite a few people. I have quite a few people interested. So.
I would use 45 plays to do.
Like I said, if anybody's on, what is it? Body Space or Body Space? I don't know. It's the one on bodybuilding.com, their app or Fitbit. I am on there. So if you want some motivation, just hit me up.
Yeah, and again, I have, and I'm not promoting my channel at all, because for me, this channel is about the community. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about views or anything like that. I enjoy the people out here. I love Rolando, Blue Sky Squatch, Left Coast. We love who's that crazy guy in the chat? Dandy1981. Who's that? Is that knucklehead? Left Coast, amazing. Sleeping. Beta's girl. Everybody here is
Hey, you hit big time. You got your first spam.
Is that a spam, man? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Is it? Dude, man, I feel flattered.
You should.
I gotta make you a monitor. Make some people some. What do they call those? Give them a wrench.
Oh, the wrench. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll I'll do it in the next stream. Make Rolando and Left Coast and Blue Sasquatch and everybody here a what do you call that?
I honestly don't know. I know I've seen it. It's if you join their channel, right? Isn't that what that is?
A monitor.
Monitor.
Like when you were in school, you had the hallway monitors. The kids that had the little armband, and they would tell you they're running in the hall. And it's like, what are you talking about? You were just running in the hall yesterday. You're a kid just like me.
All I can ever see is SpongeBob in his hall monitor outfit every time I think of that.
But yeah, let me show you one of my pickups before we leave. Is My sister-in-law got the list
Moderators.
for reviews.
Blues gutters. Moderators. That's
Oh,
what.
moderators. Yeah, yeah. So
Thanks,
I got
Lou.
this as a pickup from my
What is-
sister-in-law, so I can do reviews in this little box on some of the
Oh, it's a
smaller
light
tools.
box.
Yeah, it's a light box, so it has lights on it and stuff like that, and
Oh, sweet.
you can set up different
Yep.
side panels and stuff like that. But yeah, so
That's
yeah, for
fantastic.
that's pretty cool.
That's very good. Those are super helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, my lighting it's not too bad today, but a lot
No,
of times
it's
my
not bad.
lighting's not the greatest. But yeah, so we'll talk toys, we'll talk fitness and stuff like that. So we'll try to keep each other accountable. And again, whether you're collecting, whether you're exercising or anything like that, it's always fun to do it with others. Right?
It's the
So
only two things that it's cool to be a poser, right?
yeah, speaking of
Fitness and-
poser, so we want to thank everybody, and here's a little super chat. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and I'll see you in other streams during probably later today and in this week.
At some point.
Anything you want to end with, Dandy?
No, just keep it fit, keep moving to whatever it is, even if you're just, like I said, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just show up, do something.
Yeah. So anybody have any questions or anything about fitness or anything like that, leave it in the comments of this video later, or because the chat's over pretty much. So anybody have anything, message me, message Dandy and on Twitter and stuff like that. Any topics you want to talk about during the week and stuff like that. Same thing when you're talking in the chat, anything you want to discuss, because this is basically open mic. Just keep each other accountable and give you some helpful tips, and it's always fun to do this stuff with your friends. So thank you, thank everybody.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
How are we going to end this with a what do we do? Let me guess. And remember, we are all Geek Strong. Take care, everyone.